Hi, my name is Heather Hazlett, and I'm the principal investigator of a very new study, a study looking at infants with Fragile X syndrome. And this is a national study, and we have another site in St. Louis at Washington University. And we are hoping to bring in infants at 6 months and then again at 12 and 24 months to study their brain development with MRI and also look at their behavior with behavioral assessments, developmental assessments, a lot of play, a lot of parent questionnaires, parent interviews about development, to really get a good picture of their development and their brain growth at these stages. We're hoping to answer some really basic questions that people don't know the answer to right now. So there's not been a study of early brain development in such young children, infants, and we don't know a lot about what's happening. So we have other studies where we have looked at toddlers and preschoolers with Fragile X, and what we know is that the brain volume, the brain size is larger, and what we were hoping at the time was to capture changes between toddlers and preschoolers and their brain growth and their behavior, but what we can see from those other studies is that the changes or the brain growth has already happened, and so we needed to target an even younger period of time and really capture what's happening. So we don't know, for example, if brain size is larger from birth or if something is dramatically changing over the very first year of development in these very young infants. What we're hoping is that maybe the information that we gain could be used to understand the biological mechanisms that's going on with these infants, and maybe that can target interventions, different therapies that can really help alleviate some of the behaviors or make changes therapeutically. It's a national study, so we expect that many families will be needing to travel. We have had families ask us before, say things like, the study sounds very interesting, but I can't afford to come to be in that study. We actually bring people to the study. We pay for those travel expenses, and so we're trying to take as much of the burden off the families as possible to participate in research and be active in that way in the research community. They visit Chapel Hill for a few days, and we need a few days because the scans that we do, the MRI imaging, is done without sedation, and we do it while the children are sleeping. So as every parent knows, children are finicky and they may not sleep and cooperate the first time, so we need a couple of nights to at least give us a few tries to get those brain images. The children, for the most part, I think enjoy a lot of the testing that we do. It's mostly, it seems like games. It's a lot of testing on the floor and with a lot of toys and manipulatives. We do a lot of developmental and structured testing, but to the child it feels, I think, a lot like play. The parents probably have to do most of the work at this point because the children are so young, they're infants, so they're having to answer a lot of questions about early development and behavior that they see at home, because that's also a very big part of what we want to know is how are the children developing and behaving everywhere, so at home or in other environments, not just our testing room. So we do a lot of testing and questions for parents as well about their child.